Hello, everyone. I hope you have very much quite have a blessed, great morning indeed. Blessed, great morning indeed, and very much quite have a beautiful, cloudy day indeed as well, guys. Sorry, guys, I was actually shooting this late. I was quietly actually giving my dog and I the chance for me and her to bond as well, while we're actually still walking. So I'm very quietly sorry about that. But despite that, guys, I'm totally still grateful for you guys' support from all of you, from shorts and from long videos in YouTube and from TikTok, and from those of you who are following me, and from those of you who are commenting, and from those of you who are subscribing, from all of you guys, completely grateful. Have a blessed week and enjoy it with everything you have. Keep pushing and keep going on, no matter how hard, or no matter how difficult it is, and stay on the path that you think that you're quietly meant to do in your life. Totally grateful for your guys' support. Appreciate it, and I'm very grateful for your guys' support. Means a lot to me. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on next week, Monday. For those of you, you'll be able to receive this episode on Shorts, and you'll be able to receive this whole episodes in TikTok. For those of you actually watching the whole videos in YouTube, you'll receive it on Monday morning, on the last Monday morning, on the on the last week, the week that's actually coming, which I'll be actually shooting by until next week Friday, and that'll be the end completely. So with that being said, exactly, guys, let's get right on track on business so that we can exactly make sure I finish it just in a nick of time as I did yesterday before. You'll receive it today and today. So with that being said, let's proceed. On today's episode, we were to speak about Lord Fate, who is the founder and the leader of the Dark Fates. Remember the actual fates that I actually spoke about you in the other previous episode in YouTube. That is exactly where you'll find it. Despite that the dark fates are very highly different from the original fates and from the light fate and from the good fate. They are very powerful, ancient, sinister forces, and a very powerful, ancient, sinister forces, and a greater, ancient, sinister group of, and a greater, ancient, sinister group of super powerful, immortal supervillains who have formed an ancient organization known as the Dark Fates. They are also the sole reason of creating prophecies, conducting prophecies, seeing prophecies that are actually coming, seeing actual prophecies that are actually predating the end of the sacred wars and the end of the sacred universe's true outcome of the battle and its true fate with the chosen one, and with the chosen one, and also with the prophesied one, will bring about peace and unity, and to the entire unification of the sacred great nations, with the entire sacred great nations, and with the entire sacred universe itself as well. The dark fates are very highly sinister, very highly good in orchestrating many events and many wars throughout sacred history for the past few millennia of decades and for centuries. They are the ones who are overseeing greater prophecies and darker, mysterious prophecies, also quietly have known to possess greater infinite knowledge and infinite power beyond the entire calibration. They do have the ability to transform and to shapeshift themselves into different beings of dark magical aura-like creatures, and some of them have the ability and power to transform themselves into orbs, into ancient dark magical orbs, to where they can easily speak to the creatures of the sacred world and to the creatures of the sacred universe, to where they completely exactly meet up with them through the ancient cave, through the great ancient caves, to where they fully literally talk to the great formation hunters or to the great origins. Regardless in that, Lord Fate leads the dark fate leads the dark fates with great power and with great ingenuity and with great outer respect for all what they can all exactly possess. He believes in the power of ending the entire sacred galactic war and all of its problems and all of its conflict by conquering, enslaving thousands of known sister worlds, and by placing the sole supreme control and dominion to the dark fates and to himself and to his ancient secret society known as the Dark Fates. They are very mythical and very ancient and very powerful due to the great dawn and to the ancient time of the great Omega founders, and to the ancient time of the sacred founders and the children of destiny, who are also known as the children of prophecy by another name as well. So let's proceed. Within the great ancient times of the great sacred civil wars, The Dark Fates and Lord Fates were all exactly able to come up to a systematic decision to decide the fate of the sacred universe, to where they all decided it's best that Lord Fate takes up the leap in order to begin the full orchestration of what has been said and on what has been told. To that end, Lord Fate took it upon himself to intervene on the war, which he gladly did as well, on the ancient war known as the Golden War, which the Golden War had become the most biggest and ancient wars above all other wars. Lord Fate took upon the interest to wielding the mighty ancient sword known as the Golden Sword, to where he used it to destroy an ancient powerful octopus-like creature, an ancient powerful octopus-like watery creature that was on the brink of destroying the entire ancient golden temples and civilizations of the golden people of the golden universe, to where he used the great invincible power of the great golden sword, and he demonstrated it by showing the golden people that they too can have the power to decide their own fate. After destroying the creature, he took some of the creature's remains and kept them in hiding for his own goals and for his own sinister plans as well. After the following centuries, after his greatest battle against the great creature, Lord Fate and the other Dark Fates have been remaining in the shadows, swiftly creating sleeper agents and greater operatives, embedding powerful manipulation through greater lengths in order to controlling the sacred universe's history to its own purposeful outcome, so that they can also benefit through its greater ordeal. By doing so, they place their sole superiority, might, and control through many secretive dark wars, such as the Cultured War, the Dark War, the Dark Magical War, the Sacred Beast War, the Winter War, the Ice War, Sacred Wars, the Galactic Wars, and the Sacred Galactic War, and the Power War, and the Module, and the Knowledge War. By doing so, they have controlled and orchestrated all those wars and all those many battles over the past few decades and over the past few millennia. They knew that the new child of destiny or the new child of prophecy will become a dark being, that it's meant to become a great destroyer, or one who is quietly meant to, or one who came from the stars or from the great heavens, will become the savior who will save everything else from utter destruction, which they decided it's best to corrupt the power of the children of destiny when they've already have been corrupted many millennia ago, to which they decided to use it to their own advantages as well. Over the following centuries, the Dark Fates have completely bestowed a dark prophecy to the great forces of the 4 Nation Hunters, exactly telling them that a powerful new threat will emerge in order to take its rightful place within the center of the sacred galactic wars, to which it'll exactly predate the outcome, precisely predate the outcome of the sacred universe's wars and conflicts to its own use, to which the 4 Nation Hunters exactly were forced to taking higher extreme measures in protecting the supernaturals and the aliens and the superhumans from being exterminated by the original Lord of Magic and by the Fallen and by Valak Hellfire, to which these three threats were all completely born in different times, but they still knew each other through a powerful sinister network of greater followers who've been able to enlist, who've been able to follow up the instructions according to the Dark Fates, only for them to furthering their goals and their true mission as well. Through the following decades, the Dark Fates and Lord Fate have remained within the shadows, maintaining power and their great positioning within the entire sacred galactic wars of the aliens and alien warlords, conquerors, tyrants who've been willing to conquer many known worlds, fearing the threat of the origins and fearing the might of the 4 Nation Hunters and of the 7 Nation Hunters. They decided it's best to allow it to proceed accordingly the way it's meant to go on as well. Lord Fate exactly told the Dark Fates that it's time for them to exactly do not exactly do anything, since now that the original Lord of Magic has taken up the responsibility and a helm to take control of the sacred universe and of the sacred society's world, and that the Shadow Empire is now under his sole control and might as well. Within the earlier centuries, Lord Fate and the other Dark Fates have quietly knew a powerful ancient dark secret about the Shadow Empire and about its ancient organization, and they've decided to keep it to themselves in order to making sure that the ancient organization will still operate without being heavily being suspicious or attracting unwanted attention. To which they told the sleeper agents of the great sacred sacred nations of the sacred world and of sacred society to make sure that all of sacred history has been preserved and has been recorded the way it's meant to be as well. On the earlier years, the Dark Fates have quietly managed to keep tabs and notice of everything since the new prophecy has been postponed, and they've decided it's best to maintain their power and their superiority over the dark forces of the dark dimension and over the other mystical, magical creatures of the sacred magic universe in order to making sure that control and sole dominance belongs to them and only to them, to which Lord Fate and the others presently agreed on that as well. On the actual day of the 25 of May, Lord Fate exactly held up a video audience with the other Dark Fates on his central headquarters by telling them that there's been a change of huge great plans to which they have to highly evolve with a true intention and of their true might, to which the other Dark Fates agreed that it's time for them to evolve the new steps of their goal and the new steps of their mission as well. On the 15th of June, Lord Fate was quietly present during the mighty hearing of the United Heroes, within the intergalactic supreme council, of the most powerful, strongest universal council, deciding their fate and deciding their trial of the fate, to which he relished within the shadows of the seat as well. On the particular day of the 27 of July, Lord Fate exactly manages to meet up with a ruthless alien warlord tyrant from a destroyed planet, and from a destroyed entire ravaged world and a planet, to where he exactly told him that he needs his help in order to create chaos and utter destruction upon the entire sacred universe. Meaning, in other words, he needs to go to planet Earth and begin his long-term goal, to which he's been forced to enact by his own will and by his own gods. The alien warlord tyrant agreed, then that is exactly what he shall proceed to doing as well. On the actual 25 of August, Lord Fate exactly held up a video audience with the members of the Dark Fates, to where Master Power exactly told the Dark Fates that everything is quite in order and that everything else is ready to proceed on according to plan. The changes of the plan have been implemented the way they are supposed to be, and that nothing else will ever change the way it's supposed to be, and that the stage has been set and everything else is ready to proceed on according to plan the way it's needed to be. And Lord Fate exactly reassured the other Dark Fates that their planning can now proceed to taking actual phase of real matter as well. On the particular day of the 19th of September, the most powerful alien warlord tyrant began bringing a huge fleet of battle cruisers, which were literally about to enter the solar system, forcing the hand of the four nation hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition and of the mighty of the Universal Heroes to defending it. Lord Fate was completely watching the battle from his own battle cruiser, which was quietly from a near, which was quietly from a far distance, which was quietly from a far periodic, which was quietly from a far proximate, which was quietly far away from, which was quietly from a far approximately of a distance away, to which was able to exactly watch the battle from close range within the center of the Milky Way, to which exactly bears both universes together as the known universe and the solar system, to which Lord Fate completely relishes as he sat down from his monitors, realizing that the mighty heroes are winning the war and they are about to win the battle, to which will be very fruitful for their goals to beginning bearing fruit as well. On the actual 12th of October, Lord Fate was able to reconvene with the members of the Dark Fates on an ancient dark crystal temple known as the great ancient temple of the Fates, to where they all exactly begin speaking about their plans and about their goals and about their sole missionary, to where Queen Fate exactly told Lord Fate that their planning and their obligation still remains the same way in order to controlling the balance of the war and the entire fate of it, to which is very crucial for them to completely analyzing the situation and understanding the threat cannot be underestimated. To where Lord Fate precisely agreed, then that is exactly what will not happen, to repeating past mistakes and past failures as well. On the 28th of November, Lord Fate was able to specifically meet up with the Dark Druids and with the Dark Witches on an ancient dark cave to where it houses ancient, powerful, mythical statues of dark, ancient, and powerful, ancient warlord, of dark, ancient, and powerful, ancient warlord, alien tyrant warlords who are quietly rumored to be the great disgrace of their own kind and of their own civilizations, to which others of them were quietly around the cave and some were quietly within the cave's perimeter. Lord Fate exactly told the dark magic users known as the Dark Druids, the Dark Witches, and the Dark Faithful that they will hereby being servers of the Dark Fates because they do need their help for something bigger and for something mightier that might be very fruitful for their goals. To which the Dark Magic users agreed that their services are to the Dark Fates and it shall remain the exact same way always. On the 3rd of December, Lord Fate held up a video conference with the other Dark Fates on his central headquarters and exactly told them that everything else is ready to proceed on according to plan and the balance of power will now change to their side, to which they'll be able to use it to further their plans and their goals and their sole obligation to creating a dark ancient prophecy that might foretold of the one who will become a destroyer and the other who will become a savior to both universes and to both worlds, to which he or she could be the answer to the greatest mythical problem of the Sacred Galactic War, to where the other Dark Fates agreed, then that is all they needed to know. On the 13th of January, Lord Fate was quietly within his battle cruiser hovering across the other known alien worlds and planets, to where he met up with the Shadow Empire warlords and exactly told them that the Dark Fates do still need their greater resources and their greater help, to where the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders exactly told the leader and founder of the Dark Fates that their services will always remain the same and that they know exactly where the Sacred Galactic War is going to proceed on and where it's fully headed on. To where Lord Fate precisely agreed with the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders, and that is all he needed to know. On the actual 19th of February, Lord Fate held up a video audience with the members of the Dark Fates on his central headquarters and exactly told them that it's time for them to make sure that everything is about to proceed on according to plan. To where Master Power exactly told the Dark Fates that everything has been arranged and it's time for them to begin with the full plan. On the 18th of March, Lord Fate was able to precisely to meet up with the collaborator of the organization within its hideout, within its sinister hideouts, to where he completely exactly confronted the Red Mask Man and exactly told him that the Dark Fates are very highly appreciated of his greater resources and greater information, to which he provided the organization and he granted it with greater services and greater information, to which the great Red Masked Man told Lord Fate that his services to the Dark Fates will always remain the same and that he made a big mistake in not trusting him and that their partnership still stands the way it always has and will still remain the exact same way. And Lord Fate seemed very pleased to shake the hands of his old partner and greater college, to where he told him that it's business as usual as well. On the actual day of the 18th of April, Lord Fate reconvened with the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders on the central headquarters of the Shadow Empire, which the Shadow Empire is a powerful intergalactic dark ancient empire that houses many billions, and thousands of headquarters across the known universe and within the sacred universe, throughout the fringes of the known universe, throughout the fringes of the golden universe and of the robotic universe. So they have many of them, due to them being ancient and being powerfully dormant force of the entire known universe and within sacred history as well. To where Lord Fate exactly told the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders it's time for them to finalizing their final plan and their goal, to which they are ready to proceed on, and they are ready to proceed on with the final phase and with the subjectivity of their goal and of their planning, to which they cannot stop since they've managed to get this close and this far to their goal and to their subjectivity. the Shadow Empire warlords and commanders exactly told Lord Fate, they are more than ready to proceed on with the next step of the assignment and with the next step of the mission. They'll do all they can to make sure that it works in their favor. On the actual typical day of the 19th of May, on the actual day of the 19th of May, Lord Fate exactly was able to reconvene with the most powerful ancient dark witch on her dark cave, to where she exactly told her name was quietly Mira, who was quietly a high-ranking official of the ancient lord and predecessor and master of the Shadow Empire during its earliest days, when it was fully still rising and ascending to power, where Mira exactly told Lord Fate she's willing to provide him and give him all the information and everything that the Dark Fates might need, as long as she gains infinite knowledge and infinite power for her to take down the descendants of the mighty champions who are known by the revolutionary Phoenician Hunter heroes, or the great rebel, the heroes who are the descendants now of fulfilling their duty and their sole purpose. To which Lord Fate exactly told the Dark Witch, then that is what he will do as long as the organization gets powerful, greater ancient knowledge about what he's literally after. On the 12th of June, Lord Fate held up a video audience with the members of the Dark Fates and exactly reassured them that everything is back in control. They have full control of the situation and that they must never repeat past mistakes to which they have learned from, and that they have known that it's time for them to take a different approach at the matter to rather than not to underestimate the threat. The other Dark Fates, known as Fate Boy, exactly told Lord Fate they have the plan quietly set in motion. All they need is a final phase for the Universal Heroes to pull it to their own greatest code, which now they know that the new child of destiny is Charlie Starwood, who is a great Phoenician hunter and a younger brother of Sam Starwood and of Hank Starwood and of Vogel Smith Starwood. To which Lord Fate exactly told the Dark Fates, now the power balance is about to wreak havoc, and the newest threat is about to create total chaos and total destruction upon its wake, to which it'll be greatly used to their advantage to control the supreme power of the galactic sacred wars to their advantage, to which they will summon the monsters of the other worlds and planets to wreak carnage and despair upon other universes. To where the Dark Fates agreed that now it's time for the plan to move on. Despite this, guys, Lord Fate is very ancient, very powerful, very mythical, and very dangerous, and very highly, exceptionally skilled in hand-to-hand combat and in all different types of power. He's very resourceful, very influential, very immortal due to his long gravity, with the power of long memory and with the power of great marksmanship, swordsmanship, super agility, super limping and dark ability, telepathic communication, the power of transformation, the power of shape-shifting, and the power of mind controlling, hypnosis, and the power of tactic, the power of super strategist, and the power of tactician, and the power of being top level intellect, super intelligent, very highly resourceful, very highly influential, extremely immortal, very powerful, ruthless, merciless, very patient with his goals and with his mission. He is one of the most powerful ancient Dark Fates that ever lived throughout sacred darkest history, and they are known that they've been the one to prophesize the fate of the entire sacred galactic wars and battles and universes that have occurred. And the other fates are very powerful, sinister members who too have greater powers and greater resources, to which Lord Fate utilizes those resources for his own ultimate goals and for the organization. Throughout the following years, the organization has managed to evolve itself due to Lord Fate's greatest ancient experiences, to his ancient battles, and to his ancient expertise and talents, recruiting new members and deadly new operatives into the organization, such as Master Power, who's a greater member of the powerful, sinister terrorist organization known as the Order of Darkness, who has joined forces to both organizations to helping the Dark Fates, gaining more intelligence on the other organization itself. Lord Fate is very highly skillful in battle tactician and very wiser, open, key observer, learns the hard way not to underestimate the threat of the Universal Heroes and the powers of their teamwork in them working together, especially with their allies known as the Phoenician Hunters of the Intergalactic Coalition, the Universal Founders, the Universal Space Heroes, and the Universal Defending Heroes. He knows that they are too powerful and too deadly not to be taken lightly. But to that end, he and the other Dark Fates have believed that they could be a greater pawns to their goals and to their future collaboration goals in conquering many 10,000 worlds and planets and civilization, in the process in weakening their top competitors and their top enemies down, so that they can gain more power and more greater control of more worlds by putting an end to the entire sacred galactic wars for their own sinister goals, for them to remaining the sole superior dominant rulers of the entire sacred universe and of the entire sacred universe and of the entire sacred great nation as well. To that end, he's very quietly good in maintaining his individual bases, such as many hideouts, which are quietly scattered throughout the entire solar system of humanity. Others are quietly scattered within dark worlds, planets, civilization, especially within the sector of the sacred great nations, to where he uses them highly to his greatest advantages, such as caves, such as powerful dark caves and mysterious hideouts that are within ancient dark forests, some that have been ravaged by wars and wastelands, to which he uses to his greater advantages. And his central headquarters is a powerful mountain that's within a powerful dark world of a planet, which is within where the sun never rises, where the dawn of the sun completely rises at the dawn of the noon, to where it possesses 10,000s of magical suns, to where Lord Fate becomes highly amused. Due to his own gravity, he believes that he is destined, and he and the other fates are destined to remain the sole superior rulers in conducting, creating, orchestrating manipulation, creating manipulational wars and conflicts within the shadows of the sacred universe, using the mighty united heroes as pawns to furthering their goals, and learning the hard way not to ever repeat past mistakes and to never ever again taking them lightly. He shows the power of being kind-hearted, which is very kind-hearted, but deep down he's very merciless and also heartless, maintains a greater personality to him, holding his ruthlessness down and also controlling himself at times. He possesses a huge fleet of battle cruisers, highly advanced battle cruisers and highly advanced battle warships at his sole control, due to them being ancient and due to them being highly resourceful. The number of armies and great soldiers of 4 nation hunters, of 7 nation hunters, 100 nation hunters is completely unknown, but he's very shown to be patient with his goal, and he's very ancient. He's been studying the ancient king known as the King of Darkness, believing that he will return and create chaos upon his wake. He's very wise with his goals, very highly open with his obligation, creates many allies and many operatives, such as the Solar Empire warlords and the dark druids, the dark witches and the dark faithful, evil warlocks, wizards, witches, and faithful and powerful alien warlord tyrants and warlord criminals, in order to using them to furthering their goals and their plans in a far greater process. He's very malicious, deadly, terrifying, and a very powerful public face of the organization, very ancient, crafty, with the power of transformation, shapeshifting, the power of controlling dark magic, and the power of using the all life creation and of shadow creation and of light creation, power of wood, fire, and watery elements that he can possess and use at will, and creating mist abilities to which he's been granted to use. He's extremely immortal, highly resourceful, influential, very powerful, very dangerous. It is known that the dark fates are very powerful and are very dangerous, due to them transforming to ancient powerful dark orbs that can conduct, create prophecies, foresee futures, and to see past mistakes, to which they use them to further their goals and their own interest in the process. And Lord Fate is an exceptional leader of the organization, very highly exceptional founder and a leader, and highly powerful, ancient, very powerful and very deadly. There are ancient markings about the dark fates within ancient temples, within the entire sacred magic universe's greater temples, schools, and colleges, where fairies, witches, and all other magical creatures can study to know more about them. But Lord Fate's greatest statue is quietly held up within the middle of the great waterfall of magic, to where it holds the deep meaning truth of the dark fates being ancient and being highly good. They do maintain certain bases to which provide them the great securities and the great heavy measures of them being protected to the operatives and to all other criminals and to all other greater dark followers who follow them at will, such as the dark magic users known as the dark druids, the dark witches, and the dark faithful who follow them endlessly. Lord Fate shows the power of being compassionate to his greater members and to the members of the organization by showing them the great respect they need, and in return they do so as well. And he's very highly ancient and very highly resourceful. And the followers of the dark magic users, the dark druids, dark witches, dark faithful, dark seekers, dark powerful wizards, warlocks, powerful werewolves, vampires, any of them of the creatures follow the dark fates as their followers, and in doing so, they create a string of a powerful, sinister network of criminals and of deadly operatives to infiltrate the sacred great nations and controlling them behind the scenes. And in doing so, they know that the universal heroes cannot be underestimated. And Lord Fate possesses the power of possessioning, summoning, reincarnation power, the power of manipulating light and shadow abilities, and the power of elemental forces to which he can use. He's very powerful and very ancient and very deadly. The power of teleportation, interdimensional traveling, portaling, and also disappearing and reappearing at will, manipulating the power of darkness and the will of light to which he can do. Very resourceful, ancient, and dark, and very powerful. Well, that's it for you guys. Today's episode is that Lord Fate is the founder and leader of the Dark Fates, the way you're receiving TikTok and also in shorts as well. Very grateful for you, very grateful for you guys' support and all of you guys watching and viewing. Keep doing so as well and keep staying on my journey. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. I'll see you on Monday when we proceed again on the next episode. But take care of yourself. Keep pushing. Never give up on your guys' dream. You never give up on your guys' dreams because you never know where you might end up. The universe is full of surprises, just like our enemies in my episodes are full of surprises as well. They show the power of being highly persistent, resilient, no matter how hard, no matter how difficult it is, that their goals will successfully bear fruit, no matter what, just as Lord Fate is shown to possess that resilience as well. Either way, enjoy your weekend. Appreciate your support. Love you. Continue to comment and like and subscribe on Biloyo's channel in YouTube and also in TikTok. I appreciate you guys from YouTube from following me and also from subscribing and also from TikTok. It means a lot to me. Please continue to do so and have a blessed weekend. Take care of yourself and be happy and be yourselves and shine your light to the world. And bye.